I begin my story by saying that I didn't always know I wanted to become a teacher, but maybe, deep down, a part of me always did. I remember being the oldest sibling, not just guiding my younger brothers, but feeling responsible for them in a way that was both natural and meaningful. I wasn't just explaining homework, I was trying to make the world feel a little easier for them to navigate. Even when they got frustrated or distracted, I found myself enjoying the talents of keeping their attention and finding different ways to help them understand. It made me feel useful, proud, even powerful in a quiet way. There was a particular kind of joy in seeing that little spark in the eyes when something finally clicked. Looking back, even in childhood games, I wasn't pretending to be a teacher for fun. I was doing it because it made me feel at home in myself. At first, I didn't listen to that feeling. I started university studying law, mostly because it seemed like the right, respectable path. But from the beginning, something felt off. I couldn't see myself in that world. Cold cut rooms, rigid structures, a future that didn't move me. It took me a while to admit it, but I felt disconnected and honestly a little lost. Making the switch to primary education at the University of Valencia felt like stepping into a space that finally matched my energy and personality. But that didn't mean I was instantly confident. I still remember how anxious I was before my first teaching placement. I was full of self-doubt. What if the children didn't respond to me? What if I wasn't enough? What if I had made the wrong choice again? The fear was so real I could feel it in my chest. But everything changed the moment I walked into that first grade classroom. The children's faces lit up with curiosity and their energy filled the room in a way I hadn't expected. I was scared, yes, but their warmth disarmed me. They greeted me with questions, stories, even hugs. I felt something shift inside me, like I had found a place where I truly belong. That emotional connection gave me the courage I didn't know I had. With time, I started to understand how to reach them, what made them laugh, what caught their attention, how to turn a struggle into a breakthrough. I wasn't just helping them with homework. I was learning how to truly connect, how to explain things in a way that made them feel capable. I started small study groups for those who needed extra help, and when I saw the progress, even the tiny steps, I felt a kind of pride I can't quite describe. Little by little, the fear I had at the beginning gave me way to something stronger, confidence, purpose, and the quiet belief that maybe I was meant to be here. Of course, not every day was easy. Some days the classroom was a whirlwind, noisy, chaotic, full of interruptions. There were moments when I felt invisible, especially being just the intern. It hurt a little when I realized that my voice didn't always carry the same weight as the main teachers. Sometimes when I tried to set limits or discipline, it didn't land the way I wanted. That's when I started to learn a lesson I didn't expect. Being kind and approachable matters, but so do boundaries. Being a teacher doesn't mean being liked all the time. It means being respected, and more importantly, being someone children feel safe with. I began to understand that balance, warmth and structure, closeness and guidance. And when I felt that shift in how the children look at me, not just as someone nice, but as someone they could count on, I realized something had changed in me too. Teaching isn't always pretty. It's exhausting, unpredictable, and emotionally intense. But even on the hardest days, it feels real. It feels like I'm part of something that matters. I've discovered that teaching is not just about giving knowledge, but about building relationships, creating safe spaces, and helping little people grow, not just academically, but emotionally. And somewhere along the way, as I watched them grow, I realized I was growing too. That's when I knew. This is where I'm meant to be. Reflecting on this journey, I see that this experience did more than confirm my choice. It helped define the kind of teacher I want to be. Someone who leads with empathy, listens before correcting, and sees the student beyond the subject. I've learned that real teaching happens through connection and trust, and that knowledge means more when it's shared with heart. I went in hoping to guide others, and I left having grown myself. This isn't just a profession, it's the life I want to live.